All right, let's turn that up, and then let's just start doing our thing here. I mean, I guess technically the best way to do this would actually make a personal arsenal here. And then go down the damn list. So I guess primary weapons and then specials. And then I don't have to offer every single primary like this. Isn't there like a US version of that somewhere? Because good freaking God. I forgot how extensive cup is on the weaponry. Then you also have those. I guess we should start it from the top then. 6G30. Want a grenade launcher. Oh, and of course you're not going to publicly up the price. No, why would you? Or why wouldn't you? Why would you have to, you know, make it easy for me to find what I want? just type for sale. Easy. Well, those are single shot launchers. That's from something else. I might. No, let me try shopping. That's not going to work. Yep. All right, we're going to skip that one because I can't seem to find it. Hey, guys. So we're just basically going through a bunch of stuff. AA12. All right. I'm going to look these up on my phone so I can read chat while I do it. $2,899. Okay. What's with this creepy music? Just my work music. Okay. But what type of ammo does that come with? Just, do I want to get that extensive with it? Whatever. All right, ACRC. Apparently that is also a beer or something. You know what, let me put the sheet up on my work phone here. That way I can have chat open at all times. Because I'm trying to make a list of stuff. For this damn thing. There we go. Hey, Cap, thanks for the 49-month resub, my man. I hope you keep enjoying everything. I hope you get a nice kick out of this little build stream that I'm trying to do. Oh, there's a 5.56 version and a 6.8 version. I guess I'll offer.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Because I'm not going to offer every single thing. I'm just going to offer what I can... what I can get here, you know? But I hope everything's going well with you. Also, Willow... That's great. I'm glad, man. I'm glad it all worked out okay. Sorry for the dead air. I'm looking at, said I was looking for 6.8, so let's go ahead and look for 6.8 here. A little over 2,000 bucks. I've been all right, Delarocco. How are you doing? And yeah, no, I am going to give him the 6.8, but let's skip all this stuff because this is all just extra stuff. And then you got the grenade launcher attachments, which I'm going to have to find. Like, that's just something you can slip on the gun. So actually, let me look that up here, and I'll put that under special. That would be an M203.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Stone Willow Tree gifted a tier 1 sub to Fred Crosso 47.
Send in Goat Team 6 now.
Stone Willow Tree gifted a tier
Now, of course, there's a shit ton of things. You gotta get the rail receiver, which looks like it's like 1,500, and then the actual system, which is about 1,750. So, calculator-wise, it's about 3,250. So let me go put that on the list there. What was that? 3,250. Excellent. All right, next gun. And Willow, thanks for gifting out 2 subs. If you got a sub from Willow, make sure you thank him. Otherwise, hope you all keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And he's at 696, nice. And Yasuhiro, what did you set up on the home server, if you don't mind me asking? And Dipped in Chocolate. I mean, that's a great name to have, man. Welcome. Rocco, you're saying you got a bit discouraged as of recently. It seems one group I played with will be under new leadership, which I do not like, and the other is steadily having smaller and smaller turnouts, and I don't know what to do or feel. Hey, man, I mean, how do I even word this? Life is full of crazy little changes. I mean, I was in a similar boat of feeling discouraged over the past few weeks, but, I mean, you just got to keep working at it and turn it around, and, you know, hopefully everything will come out to be A-okay. But, I mean, life is full of upside downs, and if you didn't have the downs, then the ups wouldn't feel that good, you know? So, it's tough to say. But I hope everything works out for you, man. Seriously. Oh my god, how many AKs are there? This is gonna suck. That's nice now, Yasuhiro. That's nice. And Reno will get there. Alright. What is the average cost of an AKM these days? AKM for sale. About 1,600. That looks like a 30 round. Yeah, alright. Why is it giving me numbers here? I don't want numbers. Stop it. Give me text.
Send in
Letters.
Goat Team 6 now.
LCPL GOAT.
Oh my gosh, come on, phone. Let me type. Stop giving me a number pad. Wayanot, thanks for the 3-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations as well, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Reno, I've never seen you use a Scorpion submachine gun. Like a Scorpion, any submachine gun in Arma 3, other than the P90 or the MP7, is almost never worth it. Especially the vanilla ones, because the vanilla ones suck for DPS. Like, absolutely suck, in my opinion. Alright, now to look up AK-101s for sale. Let's go right to the website. The people that sell them. Let's go. How does a 103 cost 1,400? Oh, man.
Liru, I want my goat back.
Do you now? You love goats, don't you? It's okay. He didn't. It's a long story. It's pretty much we've tracked the accounts that gathered the information that targeted the IPs and the DDoS to his community. And the week before he did the DDoS, he gave me a veiled threat that said I would get DDoSed if I raised money for Ukraine. So I don't know what the correlation is. I don't really care at this point. And in running some of the streams the day after and then running actual streams that same day, it seems to confuse the DDoSers and they don't touch me. But yeah. I mean, let me turn the music off. I'll quickly explain how this works. So when the 9 weeks of DDoSing was happening, they were basically hitting any community I was at where they would they'd hit the TeamSpeak and the Arma 3 server IP. As the weeks progressed, we figured out if we switched TeamSpeaks and Arma 3 servers, they would then hit the new Arma 3 server, but they wouldn't hit the new TeamSpeak, which means they weren't actively tracking the TeamSpeak information from people. And when I hid my accounts, and I went offline on Steam, and I also went and made an alternate username profile for Arma 3, it would take them much longer to find me, but then they would still find me. And what we then theorized was they would basically look at the people playing, and they would look up their accounts and then use third-party websites to track their usernames, something unique, like Iceberg, for example, just picking a name out of a hat, find out what server they were on and hit it from there. But again, they wouldn't hit the TeamSpeak IPs. So what that means is they had to look up those TeamSpeak IPs because I used to have commands that would show the Discord, and then from the Discord, you could get the TeamSpeak IP. So we then, when I say we, actually had a few buddies of mine help me with this. We went back a week and a half to 3 weeks. That makes no sense. Sorry. 3 weeks worth of data between when the DDoSing happened and the 3 weeks prior, and we looked at people that joined those discords, and we found a little over about a dozen, I say, accounts that went into all of those communities. And for the past 3 weeks, I personally tracked down each account except for 2 and found mutual servers. I asked around, looked around with an alt account, and just asked, hey, does anyone know where these accounts are tied to? So I was able to track down all but 2, go into their communities, talk to them, and assess that they're not the people doing a DDoS. Why did you join this community, this community, this community, blah, blah, blah. Had a personal chat with all of them, even, assess that they're not the ones doing it. The 2 that were remaining were from the Cadian XX. I can't go to the Cadian XX because they actively shit talk me. They actively there's a lot of fun stuff in there. So I debated going in there to play because Remy's style is completely different than mine. But I've been told there's a lot of bad blood for some weird reason with them and me, and I've never done anything to them, so I don't know why. Like, this is the only time I've ever spoken negatively of them publicly. But that those 2 accounts tied to the fact that Remy gave me a veiled threat saying, hey, you're probably going to get DDoSed if you try to raise money for Ukraine, and then I get DDoSed for 9 weeks after we do it. I mean, put 2 and 2 together, guys. What do you think? Like, that's what I've been looking at. So at least with what we've been doing now, it seems to have stopped some of the issues, but yeah, it's annoying. That's all I got. So we'll see what happens if they start up again, which I doubt they will, but we'll see. I just don't want to. I don't know what the reason is. I honestly don't know. Again, I don't think he's actually behind it. My theory behind it is he said that he, like, to his inner circle of people or people in his community, he said, whatchamacallit, like, he probably said, oh, he's probably going to get DDoS, and then one of his, I'm going to call them fanatics, because based off of the chat logs I've seen from people sending me, they seem a little fanatical. But, someone took it upon themselves to do it for 9 weeks. And then I also saw chat logs of people saying they were glad I was getting DDoSed for weeks upon weeks. So I think they fed off of that and just pushed them to keep going. So now with how I'm running the channel by streaming content the following day and not giving them a target, I think it'll peter out over a few weeks and fade into the ether. But I do find it interesting that, he's never DM'd me before. Him and I kind of stay away from each other because of how we do things. But, him giving me that warning, and I even brought it with my community. I'm like, I think there's going to be a problem. And then all of that happened. I just found it really weird, but whatever. I mean, I don't want to kick up a stink, but I'm just saying where we track the accounts to. I'm just saying what it all came down to, and, it's just what we got to work with. But I'm also going to publicly tell anyone that, is gathering YouTubers and whatnot, if they want me to work with it, I'm going to politely decline, and I will state the reason. And again, I don't think he had anything to do with it, but after 9 weeks of, 7 communities getting DDoS attacks from people tied to his group, I think that's fucked. So I'm just not going to work with him, all right? Because here's the thing. He's going to say, if I ever confront him with it, he's going to go, oh, well, I can't control what other people do. I can't control what people in my community do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to go, look, in my community, if anyone shit talks you or anyone else, I shut it down immediately. Any other community I work with, they will shut down shit talking immediately. I'll even, like, people I don't like, I'll say, hey, don't shit talk them publicly because that's fucked. But he doesn't police that in his place. And I have seen so many chat logs of that happening. So if you allow for that negativity to fester, this is the shit that happens. And I don't want to deal with it. So let me put the music back on. Let me get back to work. You gotta, if you're a community leader, you gotta police shit. And if you're not gonna police shit, this is what happens. And hundreds of people playing across multiple groups, FNF, OFCRA, TSB. Who else got hit? Anyone else I worked with over that week span. But I mean, those groups alone, that's at least, 200, 300 players, because OFCRA's hitting triple digits. FNF hits triple digits. It's scuffed. But yeah, whatever. That's just my 2 cents. I really don't care either way, and we'll just see what happens. And I know if I also, sling stuff, then people who are on the fence about, doing malicious stuff with servers are then going to start being malicious because, oh, I threatened their cult leader or whatever. Again, because it's literally a cult from all the chat logs I've seen, all the screenshots, and I don't feel like dealing with it. I've had people ask me if they want me to dish some stuff back, but it's... Yes, don't delete it because I'm going to upload this all to YouTube, and I don't give a shit if it's public knowledge, but I don't want to deal with it. Because again, it's not any community's fault, it's just a few people, but it's an interesting case study to show you what happens when, a few coincidences go in play and you should be a little bit better as a community leader, but whatever. I'm not going to tell anyone their business. All right. I'm just going to list the gun names here, and then I'll look it up later, because I'm seeing some really weird various prices, and I will have to balance things for, balance sakes. Let's go ahead and do... Oh my god, stop asking for a formula. Just let me type text. You little bitch. Text. I'm gonna have to... Oh, I just saw the button. It's on the frickin' right side. Whatever. Needle in a haystack kills the horse. Pretty much, Max. Silver lining, though, and I'm going to make these announcements before I go to bed, but I'm going to restart MCO. I have a new date in line. We're going to rerun the previous op. And since I know now how they do things, I can easily make sure things don't get DDoSed. Did you play it? I keep freaking making sure that there's no commercials in this list, and they keep playing freaking commercials. Ugh. It hurts. All right, so this is an AK-101. We're going to do AK-102. The differences are calibers, or, one's 5.45, one's 5.56, one's 7.62 by 39, and then some buildups on top of that. So AK-103, AK-104, AK-105, and then I can look these price points up while I'm going to bed. Do I want to go all the way down to an AK-12? I'm going to be honest with you. No. And then what, an AK-19, an AK-74? Like, good God. I'll go down to an AK-74, but at that point, what I'll probably do is I'll make the Zenico rails be a part of, the more modern branch of AKs, but for, 7.4s and whatnot, we'll just leave that as is. And then you got the AKMs. I need to do a GP25 system, which auto-corrected to a Go 25 system. I love you, autocorrect, but you are freaking annoying sometimes. AK-12, $500, best offer. Yeah, which AK? I mean, again, everything I have to determine. I actually just told POG a few weeks ago. It's going to take me, all of this beginning campaign to set all this documentation up. But it'll be worth it. Can I have a moderator check if Patchwork is in the channel watching? Because if he's not, I'm going to make a few announcements. He's the leader of POG, and, we, of course, like to talk shit behind POG's back, right? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. 5.45 is pretty good in Arma, but again, it depends. You can't really talk about how good an individual caliber is because a mod might change what that caliber does, and it also depends on what body armor you fight from what specific mod. No patches. Okay. So the computer we got him is coming Thursday. The peripherals, I shipped him a wireless mouse, a charge pad for that mouse that actively recharges the mouse, and a new keyboard from Logitech from my old crate. That's going to arrive to him on Friday. So it's not going to come in time for him to play the next stop, but that's going to be arriving Thursday and Friday for him. Between myself, Willow, Echo, and a few other members of POG, we were able to raise about 1,350 more or less. The computer was on sale, but it's got like a 360 TX. It's got a really good mid-tier CPU that's easy to overclock. It auto-overclocks. He's got either 16 or 32 gigs of, I think it's only DDR4 RAM, but that's fine because DDR5 isn't that important for gaming. Basically, he's going to have like a beast of a PC. And then I sent him some good Logitech peripherals from the box I had. So it was like 1,740 because it was like 1,500 plus the tax and the shipping. But it's coming pre-built, which I like because normally I would send people the parts to build a PC, but Patchwork's luck is dog shit. So knowing him, he would definitely get a lemon if I sent him the parts to build it. And then the peripherals, it cost me another like $40 to get that shipped over, but that's fine. It would have cost me $150 to get it to him by Thursday, which I was like, whatever, I'll pay the $40 to get it to him on Friday. Yeah, I mean, he lost his Twitch account recently, so he's trying to get that back, which is probably why we haven't seen him. But yeah, personally, with the new build, which I put up on Twitter for myself, which I'm going to build sometime this weekend, I'm going to stream it, Bloodwing's going to help me. I did go with a DDR5 build, simply because DDR5 for other processes I want to do for editing, running a face rig, which I guess is going to officially mean I'm a VTuber, but, because that's what everyone that I've told, I'm going to get the face rig back. It's like, oh my gosh, you're just going to be a VTuber. I'm like, fuck. Like, I came up with that before VTubing was a thing, but CPUs at the time didn't have the processing power to handle all that. But, so we'll be getting into that and then a bunch of other crazy shit. But Vagrant, my man, how is the map making going? Thank you for the raid. Anyway, I went on a complete tangent. Let's go ahead and look at what else we have. We have AR-10s. AR-18s. VTuber hot tub streams when? I'd have to get a hot tub, but we'll see how that goes.
Your shipping manager left
Why? How are there ads in this freaking music compilation? There are not supposed to be freaking ads, you son of a bitch. Oh, God, it kills me. Still terrorizing people? I mean, I'm going to be honest, looking in my previous content review I did, so what I do is every 3 to 6 months, 3 to 9 months, usually around 5 or 6 months, I spend like a day and I go through my content in the sense of I go through one of my earliest Zeus videos, I then go ahead 6 months, I then go through another one of my Zeus videos, and I basically continue on that track of usually around 6 months. Usually, it used to be like 3 to 6, but because, it's been 5 years, I've bumped it up to 6. I don't RC as much as I used to. And I don't go for kill shots as much as I used to. And when I do make kill shots, it's usually on accident these days. The only time I really went for kill shots recently, like in the past year, was public ops. You know what I mean? But we don't do public ops anymore. But that was because the medical settings for public ops was you could never kill someone. You would only knock them into a downed animation. So now that we don't really do that anymore, I haven't really done any 2 kill ops. And even in pay for pains, I don't shoot to kill. I don't even have any pay for pain options as of recent where we directly murder someone. And if we do, it's usually priced very highly, but only reserved for a few people like Iceberg or Falcon or Dante, or anyone that the viewer base knows. And I have their permission ahead of time of, hey, can I use you for money? On accidents. And I mean, we meme that, but what I mean by that is I'll literally aim my gun at someone, I'll pull the trigger and I'll just randomly headshot them. We did a Nazi zombies op like 7 or 8 months ago, and I put a Car 98 down range, and from like 150, 200 meters away, I headshotted a player. And I'm like, oh, that was my first shot. I just whiffed, you know? Rambling back to stuff. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ramble, but speaking of pay for pains, we're gonna have a DayZ and an Arma 3 pay for pain this month. I'm still setting up I have the date set, I'm just trying to set up times. Alright, ASVAL. AS50. It's a big gun. ASP1. POG A1. This is going to be a big-ass gun list. You can buy a Thompson. Oh. I love it. Yep. Free World Arsenal or whatever. I'm going to put Ballistic Shield as a special primary. Which I guess we should also put the... Now I'll change this later, because I guess the sniper rifles would go in their own section as well, but I'm also not going to put everything in here. Like, this is just an M14, so I'm going to skip over that. Freaking... Oh my god. Oh, this is crazy. Yeah, on the riverbed on the desert map. Ozzy from way back when. Star Wars. Well, yeah, because the MG, I think it was the 34, was based on the DTL-19 or something. Oh my god. I mean, I honestly don't know if I want to, like, sort some of these guns. Because there's just going to be so many. We'll do the CZ805. I'll leave those other ones to check. We'll do the 42 frickin'. Then you got the 14 inches and shit. See, because it's also a matter of, I'll make this massive list, but there's some guns I know they're not going to buy. Like this. What mod list has the ASVKM? What was the ASVKM? What was the ASVKM? 14 inches. Shut up, Broadshore. Okay, so if it has this symbol, it's from something called, I think, Free World Armory. That's Marksman DLC, and then that's Cup Weapons. But this is more Free World Armory. Alright, we got FALs. We got FAMASes. I mean, that's a FAL. LAR is literally a FAL. It's just British. FN Mag. This is semi-auto. Does it have a bolt? No, it doesn't have a bolt. It's just a semi-auto Lee Enfield. Alright. FN Mini-Me. I think this is a French. Yeah, it's like the LMG version of the FAL. So it's got that front bipod. You got the Fort 221. Yeah, the full Fort series. You got G1s. There's so many guns. You forget. The G36, who can forget? I could also, like, tier the guns, but yeah, we'll see. What I guess we could also do, and this is another idea I have, is I could make, like, 10 or 20 different maps, and then based off of the faction background that the player base follows, they can unlock the ability to buy that gun from their contacts in that faction. Because there's just so many weapon choices, and I know for a fact they're just going to buy, like, an M4, and that's going to be it. So I might make this a little more advanced to force them to play with some of the more fancier weapons, because otherwise, again, they're just going to buy M4s and friggin' ACOGs, and that's going to be that, you know? So I got to make it a little more complex, but I mean, you know, a G36 can lead to like an XM8, for example, which is the futuristic one. And then, you know, you also have the G3. You got Galil's.
This is a real
I swear to God, why is this playlist so freaking scuffed with ads today? I'm just gonna skip down to Bentusi Attack. Fuck that. We're looping Bentusi Attack. If I'm gonna do that, actually, then I don't need to catalog the weapons. I just need to come up with the weapons based off of the kits I'm making and then build them off of there. And then I need to come up with a very simple gun list of stuff that they can buy right now. So what wouldn't be on that gun? Like, basically all this stuff. Oh, okay. You know what? Since we just discovered that, and we're going to do that instead just by looking at everything, let's go ahead and look at some cars. Imagine using YouTube for music. I know, there's other... I usually do download it. I'm just too lazy to do that right now. I'm sorry. 10.
Go Team 6 now.
Thanks for the 46-month
Hey,
resub,
Liru.
buddy. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you've been enjoying everything. What is... Okay, ASVKM. I will look that up right now. But Tin, how are you doing, my friend? ASVKM. Do you mean the KSVK? Which, yes, that's from Cup Weapons. But yeah, that's a 12.7 anti-material rifle for sniping. How's the new rig doing for you? I haven't set it up yet. We're going to set it up this weekend because Bloodwing really wants to help me build it. Alright, I'm just going to basically put down a shit ton of vehicles, car-based, and we're going to see how this looks. So, I mean, Czech Republic vehicles. But I think that would actually work out really, really well. So whichever faction they decide to buy vehicles from, and then we can balance everything off of that. And then they can buy gear from the previous faction they helped. That way I don't have to make a global list of gear and weaponry, which is going to take me days, if not weeks. I can just base it off of the faction. And then build on that list over time as they continue the campaign. Which is smart. That's very smart. So, I'm gonna do that. Fuck that, I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna do that since I'm basing these guys off of the Czech Republic. Let's go ahead and just kind of set up everything that they can do. So we got BRDMs. You got a desert version, so it doesn't matter. There's an HQ version, which is kind of pointless to have because I know they're never gonna buy one. We've got BVP. I don't know what that is, but it sounds sexy. All right, BVP. And then BVP ambulance. Again, you got to figure out what they're going to buy and what they're not going to buy. Artillery. I don't think we're going to sell them that. What would a PMC need with a literal MLRS rocket system? I don't really see what they would need this for. Like, really, I don't see it. It's got a cool reload system, though. You put all the rockets right here, and then these things push them back into there, and then it, like, loads them and then fires them. Map domination? I mean, I'll put it down as a joke, but that shit's going to be expensive. So you've got a GL version, you got an MG version, you got the AGS, the Dishka, and then the M2. Ambulance I am going to put down because that can be utilized as a medical vehicle. We have the car, we have the special with the multiple weapons, you got the transport. What does forwarding mean? I don't want to know. Is this why they put the Hello Kitty car in there just for fun? Yeah, right? Creeping barrage. Right, because that's what you do with rocket artillery. You do creeping barrages. No, you just saturate that bitch. You got the MG, you got towing tractors, which I feel like they are going to need for their airvics. You got UAZs. I'm thinking of also giving them a feature of if they have a position in the AO, they can bring back any captured VICs and sell them for a fraction of the price. Or keep them. Because why not? Helicopter. You've got the MI-8, you got the MI-35, and the MI-17. Of course, I'm going to give it the T-Gear version, because who doesn't like the good T-Gear version? I'm going to put the statics down. Every time I have done this type of campaign, no one buys statics. No one ever buys statics at all. But you know what? I will put statics down. You got tanks, T-72, okay. You got planes, you got the L-39, which, fun fact, you can actually buy cheap L-39s out, like civilian-grade ones that don't have to be pylon mounts, but it's really easy to make a pylon mount for that. And then, of course, we have weapons, so now I have to figure out what in this list is unique. So I'm going to skip assistants because they're basically riflemen. Engineers, that is actually... Oh, okay. Reno, you get your Scorpion. Look at that. Grenadier. Machine gunner's going to have that. I think that weird, like, CZ weapon, yeah. Then your basic bitch rifleman. You got an RPG. AT is a Carl Gustav. Light is light. But yeah, I can also offer like body armor and all that other stuff. But I'm looking here. You got the sniper, you got the spotter, and you got the squad leader. If anyone would have a secondary, it would be him, though. Yeah, so I'm going to put this away and make him pull that out. Cool. All right, and then we'd have Op4's line, which Op4 are communist, Russian, blah, blah, blah. So that actually adds another reason, and then I can also have, like, you know, three-way faction fighting. So, like, 2 rebel factions and a government faction I can also make custom. Yeah, no, that gives me full control over, like, everything. Oh, look at that. You can buy Tunguskas. Wait, no, that's Russia. Never mind. Cherno-Russian movement, the Red Star. I was about to say, maybe Tunguskas, shouldn't hit the, civilian market. Maybe they're not gonna sell Tunguskas. Alright, BMP 2K, I mean, that's just the command version. Or you can claim it has a mega cannon, you know, whatever you, feel like running there, Chief. Then you have BRDM, ATGM, BTR 60, BTR 80 Alpha. And then I'm not gonna, like, you know, some of the really good shit I'm probably not gonna have for sale. BM21, yeah, like rockets. Maybe not. You know, just maybe not. Oh god, these guys are gonna have like all sorts of technicals, which technicals aren't that hard. You just buy a truck and then you buy a static and then you add the static to the truck. Gun cars are actually made to have it. With technicals, you just put that bitch on it and boom, it works. All right, pod nose, SPG9. Ah, the rocket. Metis, open, SPG9. And then the Ural series. Helicopters. Wow, they actually don't have any armed MI8s. Interesting. So helping the government would give them access to more powerful aircraft, but helping the rebels doesn't really give them much now, does it? Tanks. 55 and a 72. Interesting. Then AGS, a D30, D30AT, Dishka, Miniature Pod, Igla, Pod Nose, Searchlight, SPG9, TU-23mm. AA Specialist, AT Specialist, Auto Rifle, a boss with a G36. I'm not gonna have him sell G36s though. Too mean. You got the crewmen with the carbines, grenadiers with the GP25 systems, basic riflemen with AK-74s, which again, I'll cut that out. RPG-18s, which is always nice. Dragonov, sniper rifles, machine gunners with the PKMs. I have used those guys in mass already, so. Yeah, no, that would be a good breakdown. So that becomes all of the gear, sellable or otherwise. I think the real question, though, is if I put leadership elements down. Yeah, I don't actually see any squad leaders. I only see officers, but I don't think the officers have handguns. They do. All right, so they just have Makarov PMs. So we just go up to here. We take that away. Copy, paste, and boom, he has his handgun out. And then I'm not using armed civilians, which I might, which, you know, they just have CZ 550s, but I'll put one down because I might go up to that. But yeah, no, so whatever faction they then help becomes the faction they buy their first gear from. But, you know, that's also going to include plate carriers. Ooh, that's cool. So, like, this one is, as a trial run, still has all their original gear to ease them into it, but after that, they're stuck with this. I like that. All right, I think that's going to be a better system to work with. Is it completely fair, real-world-esque, blah, blah, blah? No, but it gives them something to work to, because these things are completely overpowered, and there's nothing I can really do to kill them without outright killing them. But, you know, that's what I'll work with. They did lose the plane, though, which I find is hilarious, but only if they lose the helicopters will I, you know, start putting price tags down for helis and stuff. Because we can always do the civilian market, you know? I'll have to put some, what do I got here in terms of helicopter? There's a 412, which I think is a Bell 412, actually. Like, these are the news choppers you see. You got the MD 500, which only takes like 4 people. Got a Chechnya. Great, I'm going to come up with prices for all this shit. You got a civilian MI8. Then you also got this whale over here. Beep. Yeah, I'm trying to find one that isn't like an IDAP texture. Is that an M230 chain gun on a Blackhawk? Yeah, don't ask. These things are ridiculous. And then the pilot used it to kill like all of his friendly infantry the other day. It was interesting to say the least. But yeah, civilian grade aircraft for at least transporting things in and out. And then cars wise, I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we need to get there. But I think that will be it. And you got these ambient planes, quote unquote. And I guess we'll also put a Skytrain down. D3X, which looks to be the same thing anyway. And the Cessna. Again, just as utility. What's wrong with IDAP? I just don't want PMCs to be using IDAP branded vehicles to fight stuff, because I've already seen enough of that. Make Falcon drive a tractor with a 50 cal punishment for losing a plane. The dude took off backwards with it. He's not going to be punished for anything. The only reason he landed in the AO was because the player base started getting AGM'd. It was silly, to say the least. Alright. Gosh, it's past midnight. I thought I had an op to run tomorrow, but it's my off Wednesday, but I do have something I need to run for the 506th. So I'm probably just going to do a one-off with no mod set, and then the following time I Zeus for them will create a fancy mod set, because Drum wants me to make something custom. So I'll get that sorted for him. Then we'll go back to New Horizons. Yeah, right, Cap. I'm in the same boat, actually. Prime, I'm glad you liked it, but I think I'm just going to go turn in early and, you know, work on price tags on my phone and see what we got. But anyway, thank you so much for watching and chilling with me for the past hour. Thank you for listening to my little rants as well. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I will see you tomorrow, because tomorrow we run the 506 stuff in the evening, but I'll also probably play something on the ground or maybe stream some DayZ trolling to let you guys mess with me. Who knows? Cheers, guys.